Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Have you ever met that person who says that he or she has never done anything wrong to anybody, but he is always the victim of some other's actions? I met a few. And believe me, they really believe that. If you haven't met them, which I'm pretty sure you met this kind of people, who say, well, I've never done anything wrong to anybody. I'm the best person, man. I would give everything. That somehow they all attack me, they all hurt me. Well, if you pay attention in the world, you're going to find mostly one country or two countries. I would say two countries, or some groups that claim that they've never done anything wrong. They never touched anybody in an evil way ever. They never wronged anybody. But somehow everybody wronged them and everybody owed them something. Well, in this case we have the United States of America, who, if you remember, they've never done anything wrong. Never. They always did good. They spread all good, love and democracy. And this is the subject of this video based on this article that I have here from CNN. No wonder. So if you paid attention, and I hope you did, United States behave impeccably wherever in the world. Abu Ghraib in Iraq, again, was just something. What's that? Guantanamo Bay. Those black. How do you call them? Black. Can't remember how you call them. Black. And it was not black offices. In Europe, where CIA they abducted certain kind of bad dudes, and they gave them a lot of water to drink. Remember that one? Because they were very thirsty. Black points. I can remember how they call them, but it doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying here, right? Right. So now we have again United States being again harassed by the Russian pilots, because the Russian pilots are unprofessional by default. But the American pilots are perfect. Okay, this is by default, and you have to believe it, otherwise you could be called names, like in the kindergarten, remember? Okay, so this is the world we live in. What happened? CNN reports that US deploys fighter jets to Middle East after, and I'm quoting, unsafe and unprofessional behavior by Russian planes. See? Those Russians are harassing our good, perfect pilots who never conducted anything in an unsafe or unprofessional behavior. We are to believe that. Well, okay, this is from June 14th. I will have one question about the Middle East and the deployment, okay, and that comes with the article. The US military deployed F-22 fighter jets to the Middle East this week due to concerns about unsafe and unprofessional behavior, end quote, by Russian aircraft, the US military announced on Wednesday. So, Russian forces, and I'm quoting, unsafe and unprofessional behavior is not what we expect from a professional air force like ours. Their regular violations of agreed upon airspace deconfliction measures increases the risk of escalation or miscalculation. Where exactly? I'm gonna show you exactly where, and that is right here, particularly in and around Syria. Okay, in April, Russian pilots attempted to dogfight US jets over Syria. Whoa. What are they doing in Syria, I would ask, and they being the perfect military United States. But Ukraine is an independent, sovereign country recognized by United Nations. That's all. Syria is an independent, sovereign country recognized by the United Nations. Equal. Now, since we are very upset that the Russians attacked this sovereign country and brought their military in there, they invaded, unprovoked invasion of this independent sovereign country of Ukraine. We have troops in the other country, independent sovereign of Syria. Now, why is this again called an invasion? But our military in Syria, which has the same right as Ukraine, is not called an invasion. Those troops were required to get out because they were not even invited over there in the first place. So from the very beginning, we see that we are not what we say we are. We are like trying to help someone that did not ask for our help. It's like, for instance, the neighbors have a little quarrel somewhere. They have a wife and husband, and I decided I should intervene because I feel threatened by their, I don't know, raising their voice. I'm going to burst in their house. I'm going to kick the door in. I'm going to go in. I'm going to smack them both because I can. I'm going to say, okay, this right here is my bedroom, and now you guys, where's the refrigerator? I want to know. So after doing that, I sit down, I watch TV, I help myself from the refrigerator, I tell them to go to bed. I basically cohabitate with them. And they told me, get the out, Emil. Well, no. I'm here because I want to eat your food and watch TV on your cable, and I don't know, use a restroom, your bathtub, do all kind of hanky-panky. And you can't kick me out. You know why? Because I'm going to punch you in the face, and I'm waiting for you to try to grab me by my collar and kick me out. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call my friends, the coalition, and we're going to queue up. So this is how I see what's going on in Syria. So the dogfight that occurs over Syria's airspace is between an illegal military and plane flying over an independent country sovereign airspace, which is Syria, by an invading force, United States of America. Remember, that country, Syria, is still recognized by United Nations. You have no business to be over there. So when these guys are crying that the Russians, oh, by the way, the Russians were invited by the Syrian legitimate government of Syria into Syria, so the Russians plane can fly over there how much they are allowed by the government of Syria. US was not invited, was asked to get out, but they won't. So then if you fly with your planes over there, even if you discuss with the Russians, hey, this is our deconfliction zone, you should not be there in the first place. Let me give you an example. A little example that I think that would suffice. Let's say you are a truck driver, and you have a logbook. And you have regulations by the DOT, Department of Transportation, which limits your time of duty, on being on duty, driving and being on duty and so on. And you have to sleep a certain kind of amount of hours, you have to drive and so on. So if you, let's say, don't follow that, let's say you have, I can remember, 10 hours, 11 hours, I can remember how many hours you can be on duty, that's driving. So let's say you drive your, let's say 10 hours. The allowed 10 hours, legal 10 hours. And after 10 hours, you say, you know what? I'm going to do something illegal, and you drive more. All right? Like United States, stays over there more. And during those over the 11 hours, you somehow get into an accident. And it's not your fault. The accident, let's say someone, a drunk guy or something, doesn't matter. Someone else is guilty. And you they cause an accident, but you are involved in it. The first question that you will be asked will be, give me your logbook. They're going to look over your logbook and say, hey, you're illegally on the road. So everything that happened should not have happened if you were following the legal whatever requirements of the DOT, being asleep at this time. So the fact that you were driving when you were not supposed to drive, any accident is going to be on you. Because without you on the road, no accident, they can claim. The same here. You are illegally occupying and being around an airspace with your planes. So if something happens with the Russians, you are to blame because you're not supposed to be there in the first place. So even if a Russian shot you, just, hey, that's an American plane, boom, 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 and blow one up, Americans can say whatever they want. They are over there illegally. They should not be supposed to be over there. They're over there, it's your fault. But hey, see, this kind of laws that we have in the United States of America, we agree to them. But when we do it outside, or they do it outside, the logic goes away. Why? Because it's about interest and power. A truck driver cannot do the same thing to the police officer or whomever is going to, come to the accident scene. You know what? Get the hell out of here. I'm going to punch you in the face. You can't do that. I mean, you can try, but you know what the consequence would be? Now, who's going to do that to the United States in Syria? Nobody. So you understand all this victim let's send some more F-22s. They are very unprofessional. My pussy hurts. All that, you should not be there. Get up, out. But hey, we haven't done anything wrong. They always do something wrong to us and we react. We have to defend ourselves. We are the victim here, but somehow we are the strongest. Have you heard it before? Like everyone wants to fight the strongest. Have you heard that? How everyone wants to deal with a guy who is in a bad mood, has a shotgun in a parking lot and don't have a shotgun. Who challenges the big guy? Always. The United States is always challenged by Luxembourg, Lithuania, countries, below 10 million people or something like that. I'm not talking about Iraq, 20, whatever. Compared with these guys is a toddler fighting Mike Tyson. So the same here. Is that strange that all these guys that know they can be punched in the face, they have a problem with us. And we have to smack them back and take something from them. Yeah, thank you very much for being me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just unbelievable.